That sound come from? Alright, whatever. Okay, let's see, make sure everything is elements is running. Okay. Is that Yo B? Oh man. What's up, Yobi? Yobi with the 10-month membership, 10% membership. Appreciate you, Yobi, man. Hope you can hear me good. I'm trying to test some things. I just built a new PC, and my build is looking pretty beautiful, if I do say so myself. And the stream is, as far as I'm trying to test how streaming goes and how streaming works, I started to notice some things when I was stream and certain games like OBS on my old PC would crap out, and I do wonder if it was potentially a CPU issue that was causing it. See, I can hear you fantastically, and man, congrats. Hell yeah, good. Thank you, thank you. Stream looks good. Also, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is what you gotta make upgrades sometimes, and I was trying to hold off on upgrading the CPU because when it comes to and a lot of people don't really know this, that you're just straight only into consoles, but if you my old CPU was an i7 9700K, and that's like a 2019 CPU, so it's about 4 years old. It's not upgrading your CPU isn't like upgrading your GPU. That's just a graphics card. If your PC can support the VRAM limits, and it's the same PCIe compatible versions, then you just slot that new GPU in and you're good to go. You may have some limitations here and there, but it'll work. Unlike the GPU, the CPU, if you don't have a compatible motherboard, it doesn't work. So it's not just replace the CPU, it's replace the whole motherboard. And I could have been did that a while ago, but your bro is lazy, and I didn't want to have to, because the way when you replace a CPU and a motherboard, everything connects to the motherboard. So essentially, you're taking everything apart and putting it all back together. And I am somewhat disorganized, so I don't have like all of like everything from when I first built it still around. I also didn't really like my old case like that. Like I built the PC. I had a Fantex case. I think it was the P90A, I think it was called. And so I wouldn't say lazy. I'd say it was in the making of getting it done in due time. Hey, that's the best way to say it. Look, I was getting it done in due time. Just bear with me. But no, I didn't really care for having to do all the work that would have to come with it just to be putting together the same PC with just a different CPU and motherboard in the same case. And so it went from, okay, I need a new CPU. I know what CPU I'm gonna get. Looking at the motherboard, switch motherboard I'm gonna get. Choose the motherboard. I don't want to do this case though. Let's get a new case. Because the motherboard's a DDR5 motherboard, and you got 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM is not compatible with that motherboard. You gotta get new RAM, and I'm just thinking about like all the new things I had to get. And I can say, you know what, this is gonna be a new PC. The only thing that really carried over from my old PC is my GPU, which is still awesome. 3080 Ti Founders Edition is still going strong, and my storage, which were Samsung Evo 970s Pros, which they're not as fast as Gen 4s, but they're the fastest Gen 3s you can get. Really no need to replace them yet. They're probably the first things I do replace. But you know, last Wednesday, last Wednesday, I put the PC together, and you know, it was doing pretty good. I've been playing. I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 16. And the only time I haven't been playing Final Fantasy 16 is because I was testing games out on this PC, and I'm talking about. Ooh, I just hit my mic. Hope y'all hear that. I can tell. I knew ahead of time the games that were CPU limited, and due to my older CPU, those games did not perform as well. And when I played those games with my new PC, like night and day, man. Like, I'm talking about Jedi Survivor. I would be struggling to keep. It would go from, even after the latest updates, between like 50 to 70 frames per second. I played on my new PC, and I'm like at like 140 frames per second. Easy. CPU is kind of sleep. Like right now, I'm doing about like my temps are like 30, like in the high 30s, low 40s, and I'm only doing like 6% CPU utilization right now. I'm not playing the game while I'm also streaming, but usually, like on my old PC, it would be a little bit up there, a little bit overhead, and then like I play a game, and then depending on how CPU intensive the game is would determine whether my stream was going to be a flaming turd or pretty decent. So it looks like now, like all my streams would be great, which I really appreciate. My only downside after doing this new PC is that I still can't use, and Yobi, you talked about this on Twitter, we were talking about how great the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K internal capture card is, and it's amazing. It's a capture card that's probably about 3 years old now, and still the best capture card in the world. Like it does everything. You want to stream at 4K? No problem. You want to stream at 120 frames per second? I mean, ain't nobody can see it because none of the services upload it in 60 is 120 FPS. Everything is 60, but sure, what you want to record it in that, no problem, right? It does everything. My only problem with it is that it's so power hungry. And so to get all the great benefits of the Live Gamer 4K, you have to have the slot that you use, your PCI slot and your motherboard that you use has to be at least a Gen 3, I think maybe a Gen 2, but anyway, it has to be X4 slot. And the problem with my previous motherboard is that and for most motherboards, really, if you put something in that second PCI slot, you're going to they share bandwidth between your top slot and your second slot, and so you always put your GPU in the top slot. And so for example, my motherboard's X16, and with the GPU in the top slot, I'm getting the full bandwidth, the full VRAM bandwidth of 12 gigabytes of VRAM with my 3080 Ti. Getting the full shebang. When I put the live game, the AverMedia card in there, it drops it down to 8. Now that was no problem when I was rocking like a 2070 Super, 8 gigs of VRAM. When I had a 3070, 8 gigs of VRAM, no problem, no issues. It didn't affect anything. But now that I got a graphics card that does more, now that 8 gigs of VRAM is just not conducive to being able to play all games, at least all games at 1440p max settings on PC anymore. You need like a minimum like 10 gigs of VRAM right now, which is why I'm still cool with the 3080 Ti, because it does I got 12, and there are very few games so far that have needed 12. Even if you go to 4K, you don't really need 12. But cutting my VRAM usage in half for the internal capture card just was a no-go. So then you got your third PCI slot. The problem with my old motherboard is that my third PCI slot was Gen 4 X1, which isn't good enough for the capture card. The third slot on this motherboard is actually X4 Gen 3, and it's like it's perfect, right? Like my motherboard is got it. It works. Problem is that the size of the average media card is it's not huge, but it's big enough that like sliding it into my third PCI slot has it pressing up against the connectors that I have connected into headers at the bottom of my motherboard, which got me a little uncomfortable. I didn't want to bend any pins, and I didn't want to cause any problems and mess up my motherboard. So it's just gonna not have to work. So I really, at this point, I would love to have another internal capture card. I would love to have put one in that third slot. I just need to find one that, unfortunately, like it's not going to be as good as the current one I have right now, but it may at least give me what I want and be better than the external one I got right now. 'Cause like I got a Elgato, what do they call it? Elgato 60X. I have an external one that does 4K 30 and 1440p 120. So it's an Elgato external. It's good enough. I do not like Elgato as well, but it's good enough, right? And so I kind of figure like I can stick with that for now. And when I do stream with that, because I had a EVGA capture card. Actually, EVGA, I love them as a brand, but their capture cards stink. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't very good, but the Elgato one, I've had no problems with it. So I don't like Elgato, but I have to give them respect. I've had zero problems with this capture card once I got the settings right. Color accuracy is pretty good. It always works. It's never a problem with it. It's not inconsistent like with the Razer one or the EVGA one. I'm not having to do a lot of fiddling, and I can just go stream and then stream games to PlayStation or Xbox, and then I have a problem. That's the reason why I need it, because when you're on PC, your GPU is your capture card. So if I wanted to stream a game on PC, well, I would just stream a game, because I got it. It's right there. The capture card, your GPU does it for you. But to stream consoles, or if I wanted to stream Switch, stuff like that, I'm gonna need to get a capture card. And the internal ones are perfect or way better, but there's always some kind of hang up. So, well, anyway, anywho. It's been a lot going on. Shout out to you guys for coming in so impromptu. Twitter, I would have tweeted this out to Twitter, but Twitter ain't working. And we got this whole rate limit exceeded garbage going on. Elon Musk is just like, I don't understand why someone decides to spend $40 billion on something and then decides to ruin it. Because everyone talked about how, oh, well, he's not really ruining Twitter. Some of these changes were necessary, and yada, yada, yada. And there is no better way to kill this platform, Twitter, that is, than what he's doing right now with this whole rate limited thing. Essentially, if you're just a regular user, you can only look at like 600 to read 600 tweets before you get rate limited. And the way it works, if you got, like, say, you got your For You section, and then you got your following section, and then you have your, like, notifications. Let's say you got the bell icon for certain people to watch when they tweet. You blow through those 600 messages very fast. If you got Twitter Blue, it's 6,000. I don't understand why somebody who pays for Twitter Blue still gets limitations on that. See, that's just like, I'm gonna say this, right? I understand that Twitter has a revenue problem. This is his fault for spending $40 billion on something that wasn't worth that. You can't generate any money and make your money back. That's on you, Elon. That's your stupid business decisions. That's it. You want to generate more money. Generating more money the right way isn't taking things away, things that were people considered to be standard and free from people, and then forcing them to pay for it. That's not making things better. That's not improving the platform, and that also isn't going to be a good way for you to generate money. You want to generate money on Twitter, trying to force people to get Twitter Blue to still not get unlimited access of what they had before, which is unlimited viewing of posts and tweets on Twitter, but to still just get 10% more. 100% more than what they had before, but still be limited. That's not worth it. If you want people to subscribe to Twitter Blue, Scorpion 360 says, I want market for PC upgrade. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. What's your bill, Scorpion, and what are you upgrading to? I like to see that. You want people to, if he wants people to subscribe to Twitter Blue, he needs to provide value that people did not have with regular Twitter, that makes it so Twitter Blue is a must-have kind of thing. He doesn't know how to do that, or that value just simply doesn't exist. And so now this is what he's doing, where he's going to taking away things that people enjoyed and people thought was just typical standard things that you would have, which is freaking reading tweets. And then saying, okay, all right, now if you really want that, you know what you gotta do. And I think that's whack. That's whack. You know what? Since we're here, play. So I played this game. I'm so random right now. Sorry. Y'all remember this game called Ether Knights? It was shown at, I think, a PlayStation State of Play a while ago. And yeah, there's also on PC. And so I played the demo for it. It's alright. It's just, I don't know. I think the dialogue's super cringe, but I think the gameplay has some potential. I went on ahead because it's not a full price game. I think it comes out maybe next month or August. I think definitely August. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I played the demo. It was all right. So that's the gameplay I'm showing. Scorpion says, thinking a Ryzen 7 7700X. Okay, so that CPU, actually, I've seen comparisons on that. So that CPU, I have a i7 13700K right now. The CPU you're thinking about absolutely curb stomped my CPU, and my CPU is amazing. Like I'm my CPU, I'm loving my CPU at the moment. And your CPU, that CPU that you're talking about, definitely put the brakes on mine. So that's a good CPU. 3060 Ti is the one with 12 gigs of VRAM, and you see you're on a 2060 now. That 3060 Ti would be a pretty decent bump on your upgrade. But since you're coming from a 2060, why don't you go look? this makes people gonna be mad at me for saying this. Why don't you go with a 4060? I don't know the pricing. Matter of fact, let me look it up real quick. Let's look up how much a 3060 Ti is going for right now. So I'm seeing Best Buy with 350, Amazon 350 basically. There's an MSI one that's 290, but I mean, look, we don't want to go MSI if we don't have to. 300 for the, wait a minute, is that right? No, that's MSI again. So you got the 300 to 350 range. If you went with a 4060, that's not even out yet though. What is the $300? The 4060 is supposed to be $300? This is the reason why. Okay, so the benchmarking for the 4060 show. Wait, hold up. Oh, let me find. I might have to say no to that. Don't the 4060? Isn't that only 8 gigs of VRAM? The 4060 comes out. That's out now. So okay, it's out now, I think. I think it has 8 gigs of VRAM. If it has 8 gigs of VRAM, then no. Just don't do it. Don't do it if it's 8 gigs of VRAM. If it's supposed to be a 4060 Ti that's 16 gigs of VRAM. That might be the move. Oh, it is 8 gigs. Okay, I'm looking at the specs now. And actually, let me show my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, let me blow this up. So the 4060, good grief. RT core is lower than the TIs, the shaders. I mean, this is a comparison to the 4060 Ti, which is supposed to come out in like May 20th. What is the date of this? Hold up, it was 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's the 8 gig one. In July. Okay, so in July, Scorpion, this 4060 Ti is coming out. Do not get this one. For $500 for that. So I guess it depends on your budget too. Blue Moon, what's good? What's good? Chilling, you know, as usual, just out here. We just talking some PC stuff. The 4060 is guy. I've seen benchmarking to show the 4060 out without just straight rasterization, no upscaling, no DLSS, like no difference than a 3060 on performance. So you do, but you're gonna get all availability for frame generation of DLSS 3 with a 41. So this is 300. I think this is 400, and this is probably gonna be what. This was not coming out until next year, so who cares, right? And it's 8 gigs. We don't want that. This is 8 gigs too, so just don't even get this, right? So it's 2, 3, and then 5. But I think that might be the move, the 4060, or you could just do what I just did. So my old PC is still like viable. It still works. It's great. I'm actually giving that to my son, and I got him a Intel Arc. 8750, even though that's a 8 gigabyte card, right? But okay. This is an 8 gigabyte card, right? But it's only 240, and I know my son's not gonna need much more than this. Like, he plays Roblox, he plays Minecraft, and he plays, unfortunately, Sonic games. So that's it, right? He said, check out the 40. No, Scorpion, not the 4060, the 4060 Ti. But that might be the move for you. Or, if you aren't beholden to Nvidia. So instead of this Intel Arcs, that one, Intel's drivers are getting so much better. The A770, I think, is let me get the specs, because I know it's not 8 gigs of VRAM like the other one. It's 16 gigs of VRAM, and it's in the same price range. Intel is definitely on the come up, or you could go AMD, get like a, is it the 6700 XT? I think those are pretty cheap now. Oh yeah, they're in the 300 range too. This card blows away the 3060. Like, blows it away, and I think the 3060 Ti as well. So if you want to go that route, that you got options, Scorpion. I would say go look up, if you're thinking about really to get the 3060 Ti, look up comparison videos that on YouTube that show, like, and the way they do, they have like test bench, which is the same CPU, RAM, motherboard, all that stuff, and only thing they change is the graphics card. So you could see, like, with everything even, what is the differences and how performance goes. And I've primarily have seen that, like, the at this level, when it's high level cards, Nvidia wins, but at this level, with the mid to lower end level, Nvidia gets curb stomped by Intel and AMD right now, and with these level of cards. So that might be something you want to think about. So you might need my advice. So hey, Blue Moon, just let me know, man, whenever you want to, like, take a look at things. You got Web Dave in the house. What's up, Web Dave? What you up to, bro? But yeah, man, I could get talking about PC stuff all day, man. What else did I play? Oh yeah, let me show you this other thing, right? So I really enjoyed this. This was, so y'all may remember when Marvel's Midnight Suns came out, and we heard that Firaxis that made XCOM was making the game. Everybody was like, oh man, like an XCOM game, but with like Marvel heroes. That's it. That's the perfect combination. Then we saw the game and they had the card system, and people was like, nope, mentally checked out. That's not what I was looking for. Now I will say that I played it, and it's not a bad game. It's actually a pretty decent game. I haven't finished it yet. I really have been so focused on so many other games I've been playing that I haven't been able to actually dig into it, but it's a good game. That said, there is a game coming out, and it's this game called Capes. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, the dialogue is absolutely abysmal. It is bad. It is like it was written by a 15-year-old, but it is essentially XCOM with powers, superpowers, heroes and stuff, and so it actually does work, and I'm looking forward to this one. It's not gonna be a full price game. I don't know if it has a release. It doesn't have a release date, but it's definitely coming out this year. But Capes is what it's called. It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game. I think it's going to be on consoles, but if not, so hit the beauty of these PC handhelds now. A game like this is perfect for handheld. And if you're a console dude that doesn't have a gaming rig, like a high powered PC like myself, then you can go like have your Asus ROG Ally, your Steam Deck or whatever, and you can play a game like this real easily on that, and it run flawlessly with no problem. Well, at least hopefully, but on Steam Deck with no problem. We know the Allies have been having some issues, but like most of those issues are not really hardware related. I did see some stuff that there's some hardware, there may be a hardware issue here or there, but like for the most part, we're talking like firmware updates can fix those problems, so you shouldn't be too messed up on those. But no, I mean, I think I think the stream looks good. The only reason I was really trying to stream, I just wanted to see how everything was working for going live and doing content. I already have been working on a couple of videos, and everything has been rendering pretty smoothly with my new PC. I just wanted to see how the stream would go with this, and so far so good, no problems. Before I leave though, if y'all got any questions for me, we can talk for a minute, and because I got a little bit of time. I've got doing the Lucas show at 7, doing Web Dave show tomorrow at 7 on Sunday, and I'm also doing I don't want to say the name wrong. I think it's Gamers Playground with Kay Asante and John Wolf, which is like a lot focused on like tinkering, PC stuff. I just built my PC. They want me to come on and talk about, you know, like a lot of stuff I was talking today about, like, but like the whole process of building my PC. I'm gonna get in depth with a lot of things, like the whole build process and how I found it more difficult to build a PC where I'm taking parts from a different PC and putting it into this one, then to just buy all brand new everything and just have all brand new stuff in there, and not have to worry about other little nagging niggles, as they say. But no, if you guys got any questions for me, I can we can wrap real quick about some things before I get up out of here. Yobi says Marvel Midnight Suns, love that game. Doing another playthrough as a guy. You know, my playthrough is a dude. I kind of want, I don't know, maybe I need to switch to a chick. I don't know, but like I haven't got back to it yet. I was really early in, and I pretty much got to the point where now you start to really like see what the purpose is and all the big mission structure stuff. But I haven't got back to it. It's been so many games. I'm trying to finish Final Fantasy 16 so that I could. I should test that. That should be. I need to do that real quick. Turn on the PlayStation. Let's test that I can stream to the consoles, and the capture card's good with the new PC and everything. You'll say I have my eyes on the 3080, but you saying 40 series is the way to go. I'm saying if you want the Nvidia, and like if you're gonna buy a capture, so graphics cards right now. I use my old graphics card from my old build, from my current build, and then put it towards my now current build. But if you're gonna go buy yourself a capture card, I would say you want to future-proof yourself. And what I mean by that is, in the future, you don't want to have a capture card. I keep saying capture card, sorry, graphics card, where the goals that you have for gaming, you're no longer achieving very soon after getting it. You don't want it to be a year later and you're like, I need another card. Like, then you kind of didn't buy something that was going to be really beneficial for you in the long term. So that's why I said don't get a graphics card that has 8 gigs of VRAM. Even though I did just say I got my son at 8750, but he's not going to play nothing that's difficult on that. But if you're looking to play modern games, a lot of them are going to require, like if you want to do 1440p or 10 or 4K gaming, you're looking at like 10 to 11 gigs of VRAM. And these 8 gig VRAM cards, they're out. The 3070, I don't know what the 4070 is, but that 4060 is 8 gigs. It's not good enough. It's not good enough anymore. And you look at all the testing that's out there, it just shows it's not good enough right now. What's another one? Oh, and then so upscaling solutions. So there's three upscalers. There's Nvidia's DLSS, there's AMD's FSR, and then there's Intel's XESS. And XESS is actually in some ways better than AMD's FSR. AMD's FSR is the worst. But you want except for FSR, the other ones are hardware dependent. So you gotta have an NVIDIA or an Intel card to use those. And if you're gonna go with NVIDIA, you can definitely extend the life of the use of that card with upscaling. And getting a 3000 series NVIDIA card would be less. Would lower the amount of time, the usefulness you're going to get out of it, because it can't do DLSS 3.0. And DLSS 3.0 has introduced frame generation, which when you are CPU bottlenecked, that frame generation can help you get higher frame rates, even though with latency it's not the best on latency. So yeah, okay, Neil says, shout out to, what's up Neil, says 4070 Ti is 12 gigs, probably best lowest end NVIDIA card with enough VRAM outside 3060 with 12. I agree with that, and I think that 4070 Ti though is a bit overpriced. I'll double check that again. RTX 4070 Ti price $600 for the it's like $600 for the Founders Edition, and then of course like the partner cards would be different prices. But yeah, the pricing isn't great. This is why I still say kind of like, even though you'll be locked out of DLSS, AMD might be a better route for just pure rasterization, and then you can still have FSR, even though FSR visually is not the best. You can still have some kind of other stuff going on there. Ooh, wait a minute, no, it's $700, $800 for the 4070 Ti. That's ridiculous. Let me tell you, when I bought I refused to buy a GPU for $1,000, more than $1,000, because I kind of want a 4080, but I don't want to spend $1,200 on a 4080. I'm not doing that. I refuse. So I didn't get my 3080 Ti until right before the 4000 series cards launched, and NVIDIA had dropped all the prices for the 3000 high-end cards, and the 3080 Ti went from $1,200. The previous price was $1,200 to $900. That's when I got my 3080 Ti. So and that's still, like, now I would say, you know, comparatively compared to everything else, the 4070 Ti is essentially that. It like, when I saw the comparisons, it's like my card just with DLSS 3. So that's a whole $100 less than what I'm currently doing right now. Yobi says it's $600 at Best Buy. If it drops to $500, I'll cop it. Yeah, that's worth it. $500 for a 4070 Ti is exactly where it should be. That's where the price should be. And yes, Neil, the 3080 Ti is solid. It's I think it's probably one of the better values out of the 3000 series cards, and I see no need to upgrade until 12 gigs of VRAM is no longer viable. That's when I'll upgrade. He said I meant the 600 for the 4070. Oh, not the 4070 Ti. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. The 4070 is, I can't remember the VRAM. Maybe 4070 VRAM. Again, we don't want an 8 gig card. We don't want nothing with 8 gigs. The regular 4070 is 12. Okay, so it's 12. All right. So at least you still getting 12. 12 is, I would say 10, because there are 3080 cards out there, because they had two different 3080s. They had a 10 and a 12. The 10 3080, the 10 gig 3080s, you don't want those. You don't, like, no, 10's not enough. It's not enough right now. 8's not enough, 10's not enough. You need to go 12 as a minimum. And now that I think about it, I want to double check something. What was I doing just now? Well, I want to test something and I can't remember. I think it was my external capture card. Yeah. let's do that real quick. That I wouldn't get anything under 10 to 12 unless you're doing 1080p. Right. 1080p will be fine, but 440p, yeah, you're gonna need 12 at least. You know. Get my PlayStation's on. Ha! Look at that. Like I said, that Elgato card just works. It just works well. I don't know if. Oh boy, I can't hear anything, which just probably means I need to just do this. Wait. I do hear it, but I feel like there's a delay. Actually, I don't hear anything. Go into the game. That's weird. So okay, can you guys hear the game? Because I see on my audio mixer for my sources for consoles, I see sound going up, but I can't hear it. Let me play around with this. You hear the game. Aman, what's up, Aman? How's it going? Yobi says you can hear the game, but I can't hear the game. That's wild. Oh, you know what? I think I actually did the reverse of what I should did here. No. It should be on that. Let me turn off the background music too, which button is that? Okay, no background music. And the weird thing is that I see desktop audio up. Okay, do you guys still hear the sound? It says, Neil says the audio is there. But I just muted my desktop audio. I wonder if it's still going through or not. Bro, chilling. About to jump back in FF16 also. Yeah, man. Hey, look, let me show you how many hours I got in this game right now. Let me show you what your boy doing. 70% through the game, the main story, 50 hours. I'm telling you, I'm doing all the side content. Everything is quiet. Okay, so the sound was actually coming through the desktop audio, and that's how you guys were able to hear it. But I can't hear that for some reason. Wait a minute. I know why. I know why I can't hear it. Son of a. My headset turned off on me because I wasn't using it. Wow, and that's loud now. Oh man, user error. User error, baby. You gotta love it. Let me turn that down a little bit. Okay, now I can hear. Now I can actually mute. Oh crap. Oh, okay. Is it echoing for you guys? Because when I turned off the console audio, it turned off the desktop. So it's like the desktop audio is getting its sound. This is probably not making any sense to you guys. Let me just shut up. As long as it's not echoing, then it's good. As long as it's not echoing. I'm pretty like I've been doing a lot of the side content. The side quests, I don't like them, especially early on in the game. No echo, perfect. So early on in the game, the side quests are really annoying. And by the way, I'm double checking everything with the stream. Okay, I probably should have streamed the PC game because my external capture card is kind of handling this, so I'll probably do that after this. But and forgive me if this ends up being spoilers for some of you guys, because like maybe I'll do a hunt. I may only have the only one I have left is that dragon that I'm not high enough level to fight yet. Yep, that's the only one left to do. I've been doing these hunts like crazy, but my current bit. This is my current setup. I'm using the rune blade +2, rune belt. Basically, rune everything. I'm runed out. I'm using. I ain't using them easy mode rings. Okay, all right. I'm using the ring of the marksman, which increases will damage magic by 10%. Got the berserker ring, which is freaking awesome. Every time I do a dodge, I do a precision dodge, it increases my my damage. And then I also got the wages of Warcraft, which increase ability points for just normal encounters. So I'm getting more and more ability points because I want to get all these maxed out. Because once you master these, you see how it says for a pile drive, I need another 1,000 ability points will master it. Then when I master it, I can do stuff like this where I can mix and match abilities inside of what do they call them? Icons moveset. So I got I'm using this as like my setup, and then I'm running this, and then I'm using this as a setup, and then I'm running that. I kind of want. Do I have? Okay, the one I really want to unlock is this here, because I really like. I want to master that, but it's super expensive. But the setup, and then yeah, it's freaking awesome. Amon says, how do you get rid of echo on PS5 with regular cheap gaming headphones? My audio quality always varies in the game. Audio be echoing. What kind of, okay, so you're not streaming, Amon, and you still have echo with your headphones? I think that might be have you seen this with multiple headphones or just one pair of headphones that you've been working with? Neil says, 100 I did yesterday actually was really challenging. I died so many times. Yeah, that dragon. So I died to him once. As soon as I saw he was level 50, I was like, look, I ain't even gonna waste my elixirs on this dude, right? So I'm just gonna come back to him once I'm a little bit stronger. Tight moves are really cool, especially that shield block counter. Yeah. Let me actually just go out here and just do some stuff. Yeah, I got Bahamut. I got no, only when I stream games. I be streaming, bro. My bad. Hey, all right, look. So the reason why you're getting an echo when you stream is because there's another audio source that's using the same audio as you, and so you hear that echo. So are you hearing the echo, or does it come off into the stream that you hear the echo? So if it comes off into the stream, there's something that you need to mute in your setup, especially depending on what you're using to. If you're using OBS, that is, it may not be your headphones. It could be your capture card. Could be your capture card. That's a problem. I've had capture cards in the past where the capture cards were my issue. Period, man. Probably worst capture card I've ever had was the Razer, one of the Razer capture cards. Man, that thing was straight garbage. So, yeah, man, gotta be careful with that. I've never been over here. Hold on, let me turn over there. Too much RNG involved with Savarog. You could evade right into a one-shot. Yeah, and see, that's why you gotta be like at a certain level to really even mess with them like that. So that's why I was just like, let me just wait. The other one at? I can't turn all the way. You just sitting over here just waiting now. Just, I don't hear the echo, only the stream hears it. And I shoot directly off PS5. Ooh. Okay, so go this area here might be something in this area here might be what your problem is. And you might need to push output of your sound to the device. Or maybe to your headset. I would say do what I'm doing right now, which is essentially this whole stream was just me just testing my setup for content creation and making sure everything's good. So I would say you should go do a test stream, man. Do a test stream and see what's up, and test that stuff out and like turn things off, turn them on, see how that changes and affects things. Do it in real time. And then you can kind of figure out what's good and if everything is right or not. Because this is I usually do this private. I'll do a private stream and I'll test it and I'll just kind of record it or I'll listen to it. And what is it over here? Wait a minute, was that? I went the wrong way. I'll either record it and listen back to it, which really isn't all that helpful actually. Listening to the, if you keep it private, and then you can kind of like just really focus in on that instead of talking to everyone. That works too. But then that might not be the best move all the time, because I know you can't do private streams on Twitch. I don't know what Kick allows. I didn't dodge that? What the? Ugly Velociraptor, freaking pterodactyl wannabe made me mad. It's a wrap for you, sir. Okay, he's dead. He said, yeah, I was level 42 or so. Probably should have waited till I had better gear, but I'm used to Souls games. I couldn't just leave it. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Like I fought Atlas at level 35. Got him all the way down to no health and then died, and I was so mad. But I was like, you know what? I just realized I ain't got no potions or high potions. I got to I did another hunt before this, and that hunt was like, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like, it wasn't very strong, but like it had this like comet drop thing from the sky that was like, does a ton of damage, and it nearly took me out.
You're finished. Enough.
But yeah, man, this combat's great. There's been a lot of debate about this game, about like, and you could probably see it in the stream, like in combat, that the frame rate's pretty stable. Outside of combat though, the frame rate is all over the place. What is over here? Why am I fighting everything? started, so I might as well just wait and get the Mega Flare off. Alright, what's up here? This would be like an area where a boss would be. I'm about to fight a boss. Who are you?
No holding back.
Who is this? He just ran into.
Slow.
Oh yeah, I've fought this guy before. But he didn't have friends with him. Ooh, get back. Oh my god. Maybe I should have came over here with some health potions. I mean, I'm just saying. But I still got that elixir down there if I need it. Oh, get back. Oh my god. There we go. Oh my. I'm missing the time and everything. Let me just finish them all. Get your punk ass down. Punk ass down. That's how we do it out here. Alright. What is over here? I mean, they was defending the heck out of this. I got something real. Ring of the Demolitionist. Okay, what does that do? Increase. Y'all, you know what? You know what's hilarious? I've been playing the whole game, not even looking at the screen. I've been playing. This is testament to how good my CPU is. To be able to throw this on here with no latency. I've been playing. I just realized that because I'm looking at the screen. I'm squinting my eyes and everything, and I'm just like, why am I squinting my eyes? Oh, because I'm not even playing the game on my actual second monitor. Hold on a second. So this might mess up the way the screen looks for a millisecond. Yeah, I expected Elgato to lose signal while it picks the stream back up. I haven't been looking at the actual I haven't been looking at I've been looking at my OBS screen this entire time I've been playing. That's a miracle I actually beat that fight. Increases magic burst will damage by 15%. So what's the difference between the ring or okay, increases the will damage of magic by 10%? Versus increases magic burst will damage by 50%. So I don't know what the difference is. Man, yes, Def Lloyd, that's worth laughing at. That my silly behind was playing this entire game off my OBS screen instead of the actual screen, and I didn't have that up. Freaking eyes hurt right now, squinting at like the little the little lettering that's in my screen, which I probably should think about that for you guys. Is I couldn't deal with it, right? Playing the game like that. Is this not the way you would like to watch the game? Is the screen too small? To magic burst is a specific combo, I think. So let's look at anything called magic burst. See, I'm not really interested. So like, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm not really interested in the gear. Like I get all this stuff. Like I get a necklace that does for the flare breath increased damage for that. I get that, and I understand why people would like it. I'll rather something like this: increases healing potency of high potions for about 25%. Like all the stuff I have on is stuff that's like that gives me what I thought flat damage. Increases the will damage of magic by 10%. If that's not flat magic damage, I'm gonna replace it. But and it probably isn't. But increases ability points earned in normal encounters by 20%. I like stuff like that because it has more than one use. And temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. That doesn't matter what encounter I'm in. I'm getting, the benefits of that. He always says, would it make sense to upgrade my card SloMo or just add it to my CPU? I have another slot open for it. When you upgrade your GPU, Yobi? So we talking about having 2 GPUs on your rig? I've never seen the benefit. I don't know if that's what you meant, but I've never seen the benefits of that really. I kind of feel like I've heard of people in the past of it like oh, I got 2 2080 Ti's connected to my PC, and it's just like, well, why? Because you're getting, I mean, when I think 2080 Ti was like 8 gig. No, the 2080 was 8 gig. It's like because you're 2 cards. So this is what happens when you put 2 cards in your top slot and your second slot, and which is the reason why I can't use the AverMedia capture card, because when I put my AverMedia capture card in my second slot, it limits my top slot from X16 to X8, which then takes half the available bandwidth that my graphics card has, and now I can only do like at the most 8 gigs of VRAM of usage out of that slot. So yeah. I think that I don't think you should do that because it's going to limit the performance of your games by doing that. This is also why a lot of people, when they come to streaming, and I very briefly thought about doing this with my setup, which is take my old PC and turn my old PC into a streaming PC. So I wouldn't stream from this PC at all. This PC would just be pure performance, pure gaming, and the other PC I would do my streams from, and then it's offloading some of that CPU overhead of the stream and of content creation kind of stuff, and it just kind of separates things. It gives me the best performance. And one part of the reason why I didn't do that is that this PC now can handle everything. That's one. And then 2, the other reason why I didn't do it is that my house, so I bought this house in 2010, but the house was built in the year 2000. And the way they did the electricity, I don't know if it's a thing in this area, but like my office, where my office is situated in my basement, I do not have. So I have a lot of stuff connected in here. I got work stuff on one side of I have a huge L-shaped desk, L, right? But like on the left side of my desk is my gaming setup, my content creation, my gaming stuff, and the other side of my desk is my work stuff. And on my work stuff side of the desk, I need that stuff's connected. It's actually connected right now and generating power right now. And then I got my PC was generating a ton drawing a ton of electricity. I do have solar panels, so I'm not worried about like how much stuff costs. But the room is not allocated enough electricity from my circuit breaker for me. I don't think, and I haven't tested it, but I'm fairly certain, because if I run my coffee maker that's in my office, while I also have my heater that's under my desk on, I trip the circuit breaker. So I'm fairly certain that if I try to run another PC in here that's an 850 watt power supply, and this was 1,000 watt, that and I've done this before where I've played games with all that stuff running and everything was fine, and then like I had a power surge in the game because they were trying to, do more things in the game, and then they just shut everything down. Yeah, they go out to my garage, trip the circuit breaker again. So that's the reason why I don't have a dual PC setup. But the perfect setup is a dual PC setup. So I say all that, long-winded as I am, to get back to Yobi. If you want to do that, you may want to look at a dual PC setup. If your parameters can handle it, do a dual PC setup where you got one PC that's just streaming. You have your content creation stuff on it, or you can whatever. You got a capture card connected to it. There's no problem putting your capture card in there because there's no it doesn't matter that your GPU is getting limited, because your GPU is only there for content creation and rendering videos and rendering to the stream, upload to the stream. So it doesn't matter that it's only getting 8 gigs. That's enough. 8 gigs of VRAM is enough for that. But you have a whole different PC that's for that stuff, and then you got your actual gaming PC. If you can do that, then you should be golden. All right, now let me go save my game, because what I wanted to do, right? Actually, let me go back to. Yeah, I need to go talk to a shop, so I need to buy some stuff. I need to test the game running on this system so I can see how my CPU works and how well it does, and then while I'm streaming, that is, and then I can be done.
Of course.
Because I need to eat dinner. I need to feed my kids some dinner,
A fine choice.
and then get ready for Lucas' stream. Oh, no, we'll go back. There we go. I did that in the 2000s when more games could take advantage, but wouldn't bother with that now. Yeah. I don't think it's useful now. All right. So let's turn. And the other gameplay was still going the whole time. Could have turned that off too if I wanted to save resources, but there was no need. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's see. Why is So I wonder, right? If I should let me switch screens because I need to play this on the other screen. What game should I play? I'm gotta move a lot of stuff over. Let's launch Halo Infinite. Nah, Halo isn't a hard game to play. I need a game that. Oh, and dang, now there's an update. Why? And it's not. There it is. It's not showing. Ooh, look at that. I'm only at 14%. I tell you this. Oh, let me get my side afterburner up so I can. Uh-oh. Oh. That's actually not a bad idea. Hey man, I am Yobi, I am full of good ideas. Full of amazing ideas. This is pretty good. I'm only at 25% utilization. Now granted, I have not played Halo since I built my new PC, so I don't know if that's normally going to be up there. It just hit 20. Temps are good. I'm in the 50s. And overall, with me streaming, overall utilization, I'm at 30%, bro. I love it. I freaking there's new armor. By the way, look at that armor. Look at that. Look at armor. I need to play a game that's really gonna test it. And you see, look at my frame. I'm up here at 113 frames per second. This is testing it. Still only 8 gigs of VRAM. Let me put this away. Let me put that down. What's a game that's going to really hammer that? Division 2 might be. You know what? Let's do this. The Last of Us Part 1. They still haven't quite fixed that game yet. It's getting there. It's better, but it ain't quite there yet. It's very, very CPU heavy. Uh-oh. Where's my... There we go. I don't think you guys can hear it, but probably can't see it. There we go. Good. Oh, my controller's on. So now I'm at ooh, 58. Okay, it's loading. Cause like the highest I've seen my CPU like be as far as temps, and at the highest like utilization it went up to was like I don't remember what it was. But this is, look, my GPU is at 99% utilization right now. So this is what you want. When your build is solid, it's just that your GPU probably can't keep up. And so there's only really one change you really need to make it, which is replacing your GPU, which I'm still not gonna do right now.
You weren't kidding
about this place, were you? Memory, can't see it. Not able to see it, but like I am, my VRAM usage is all the way up there. My VRAM is at 11.5 gigs of VRAM being used. My utilization for GPU is up to I'm about to just get killed real quick. This is about to be bad. What was I about to say? But look, see, there have been other times when I've been playing this, and it's like, I guess it's just this area right here where I'm in the 70s for frame rate, but like, and it's like so high and everything, and the by the way, I'm running, this is 1440p, completely max settings, everything, max everything, no optimizing the game. Whatever. That was a waste of ammo. But yeah, see, it's like it's dropping it down to 69 frames per second, and then went up to in the mid 70s. It should be higher. This looks like, man, what does that look like? Their house. Hole in that. But see, but it's like in other areas, it's been like in the 90s. But I'm not. But I'm also streaming right now, so maybe part of the fact that I'm streaming is part of the reason why frame rate's a little bit lower than it was before. Oh, I can't go up there. Somebody outside. Somebody's definitely outside. Throw this brick up somebody's head. Leave me alone. Just go over there. Neil says, still don't get why they didn't have Nixes do this game versus Iron Galaxy. I'll tell you why. And I'm going to pause it real quick. Nixes is overwhelmed. Nixes is 200 people as a 200 like staff studio, but they can't do everything. And so they put Nixes on the best studio. So what they did, they had a port studio per actual first party studio that develops the games. So they put Nixes on the Insomniac's games because Insomniac makes way more games than everyone else. So if you starting this month, we're gonna get the third game from Insomniac. We're gonna get Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So since they started putting their games on PC, we're gonna get Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. We're gonna get Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered. They did 3 games, and I'm fairly solid that like the Rift Apart port is going to be a solid port. That's 3 games. Meanwhile, if you notice, Iron Galaxy did a very mediocre port of the Uncharted collection, and then they did helped Naughty Dog do a bad port of this game, and I think Naughty Dog took the credit for the game and said that they're going to be focused on doing better, on PC, because they're coming out with Factions 2, which is going to launch on PC as well as PS5. So they need to be better at this stuff. But Jetpack Interactive did God of War. Jetpack Interactive is likely going to do God of War Ragnarok. You got Sony been doing their own ports. You got a completely different port studio doing the Horizon Zero Dawn. That studio is likely also going to do Horizon Forbidden West. So they literally have them per studio. And yes, it's Nix's right, Neil. Neil been paying attention. Yes, Neil, they are doing remasters too. So that's taking away people who would be doing the ports, doing the remasters. I'm wondering, and that is my speculation, that Nixes is doing the remaster for Bloodborne. So all that said, they don't have enough hands on deck to do all the remasters. But I do think that once PlayStation gets completely caught up to where they are now when it comes to their first party content, that they won't need all these port studios to keep up, and then Nixes will be able to do all their ports for all their first party content coming out at that point. But to get caught up with all the stuff from the PS4 and the cross-gen stuff and the PS5 exclusive stuff, they just didn't have the resources to do it all themselves. I said, yeah, Blue Point's supposed to be doing their own game from existing IP. Yeah. And I think it's good to see them spread their wings, get the opportunity to do something different. Damn. Oh, you ain't dead. Yeah, Bill. Okay. How we doing? Yeah, the frame rate hasn't gone below 60, but you see it's in the 70s, and I think it's because this area is so big. And the way they developed this game, they didn't develop this game on PC the way you should develop a game on PC. They developed it as if they were developing a game on PlayStation. And so a lot of when you talk to the people who know about like game development on PC, a lot of the stuff like the way they did the streaming, something loop or something like that. The way they did the streaming wasn't right. Maybe I should have been using the bow and arrow this whole time. Where is the? There we go. Yeah. The way they did asset streaming is the way you would do it on PlayStation, but not the way you would do it on PC, which is the reason why when the game first came out, the way it was streaming assets was really bad. And look, there's still parts like the early part in the prologue where you go in the city and everything is chaos. Shoot, it's still bad there. Like, depending on your GPU, I'm pretty sure if I reran that part again, it would be looking similar to the way it is right now, where it's like at 70 FPS.
What about this?
But that scene was very CPU bound. My CPU right now is chilling. It's like 32%. This is the highest utilization I've seen. This is why this.
It's tied on the other side.
What about going through here?
What, the doggy door?
Doggy door. Yeah, this is why I wanted to stream this, because this is probably the hardest game I have installed to play. This and Jedi Survivor are like the hardest games
What are those clicker things
to
inside
play.
the house?
Oh, shit.
And yet,
Yet. Stay down.
Careful.
could I kill a clicker? I don't remember. But, yeah. Hit you right in the head. It seems to be running pretty well now. I may pick it up on PC now. Yeah. I think you could probably pick it up now at this point. So only got 3070 at the moment. Want to build new rig before I upgrade. Neil, what's your CPU? Because your CPU is going to be probably for this game more important than your GPU. You can scale. They finally got like the assets correct for scaling down. Because before, if you try to put it on medium settings, it was looking like a 360 title. But they got it set now where you can actually like do medium settings in its real medium settings, you know. Ain't nothing over here for me to get. Franco in the house, the 5800X 3D. Oh, I think that's a, I'm trying to remember with AMD. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good CPU. Yeah. I don't think you need a new rig. Wait, I want to switch to AM5. Never mind then. Never mind. Do I have a shank? I do have a shank. Go to sleep. Give me that. All this good stuff too. Yeah, man. What time is it? Time is 5:10. I'm surprised my kids haven't come barging in here demanding food from me. You know, kids are funny. Like, you know, give me stuff. My son's very excited about getting a PC now, though.
Be clear.
We're clear. Yeah, Billy Bill. You know, story-wise, this game is still superior to The Last of Us Part 2. Story-wise, this game is superior to The Last of Us Part 2. But gameplay-wise, The Last of Us Part 2 is just so this is the way I characterized it with the two of them, is that like for this game, I did not like playing the original game. I didn't really like playing the original game like that. But I did enjoy the story, whereas I didn't really care too much for the story in what it looks. I guess that works. Ripples are. That's pretty good. I didn't really care for this. Joel still wet? Can't tell. Yeah, I think he's still wet. I didn't really care for the story in part 2. I thought the pacing was terrible with it, but the gameplay, man, I could, yeah, multiple times I wanted to, if I had the time, run through that game again. Things. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't think I want to waste it. I want to make this though.
I think we're good.
For now. God damn those things. Nobody's bitten, right?
Nope. I'm good.
We're all fine. Let's just keep going.
Anyone else played this on PC yet? Because this is probably, I wouldn't say their worst port. Actually, no. Wait, there was this, and what was the other one that was? Well, Horizon Zero Dawn in the beginning was really bad.
Hey, you got a second?
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm sorry about Tess. That's it. I won't bring it up again.
Ellie.
Main
You
thing I
don't
was
need to worry
excited
about me.
about with Factions 2 was that gameplay combat.
Just
Right,
check on me.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I think I'm at a good point where I can just save this now. All right, let me go ahead and turn everything off. I appreciate, like, this turned out to be way more than what I expected it to be. Can I put that where? With the game. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming through. Appreciate you guys. Nice little test stream. Didn't very impromptu. But sorry we didn't have DPS this week. Forte just getting back in town. He's trying to get his feet under him and everything. But don't be surprised you see Forte might be on somebody's podcast right now, but wouldn't want to do DPS. I don't know, right? But appreciate you guys for coming through. Shout out to Neil S. Shout out to Franco, Dragonheart, Yobi. Shout out to Amon. Hope Amon gets his streaming stuff figured out. And Blue Moon, Web Dave, thank you guys for coming through. Scorpion, thank you for showing up, bro. And expect to see DPS back next Thursday night. Our usual time at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Neil says you played Return on PC. Yeah, I have it installed. I have not played it yet. That's probably going to be. So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to finish Final Fantasy 16 so that I can do my replay of Oxenfree, and then play Oxenfree 2 when Oxenfree 2 comes out. And then after that, I'm trying to either do Forspoken's expansion or I'm going to do Returnal. Because I never really played Returnal on PS5, so this would be my perfect opportunity to really dig into it. So I like roguelites, so it's gonna be good fun. But yeah, let me what gameplay is showing right now? Give me a second. Oh yeah, this is the that game. Wait. Why can't I? This is Capes again. Yeah, Yobi, man, appreciate you, bro. You the homie, man. Good peoples. The Returns of Crubble, once it clicks, I got like 200 plus. Good grief, Neil. 200 plus hours. You love that game. Yeah, I gotta jump on. Me and Forte was supposed to co-stream it, but Forte ain't never like available to play anything. Is a problem. So, but yeah, let me get out of here because it's like 5:15. I need to get dinner. I need to start doing some things with the kids, and then get ready for Scumcast. So, like I said, appreciate you guys for coming through. Enjoy y'all weekend, man. Go outside, smell the fresh air. You know, meet some people, have some fun, hang out with friends. If you don't got any friends to hang out with, just walk around and just like interact with people in real life. I feel like that, and I know a lot. I feel like that's like necessary for people. It's outside of just social media stuff, because the way I see some people like losing their mind because Twitter, the way Twitter been acting. Like they've lost their way of speaking and communicating to people. So man, you don't need Twitter for any of that. Go out there and have some fun on your own. Love you guys. Take care, man. Peace.